possessed daughter-in-law. In the twilight of the 19th century, amidst the rolling hills and verdant countryside of rural England, a young woman named Lily embarked on a journey that would forever alter the course of her life. Clad in a simple gown of ivory silk, her heart brimming with anticipation, she bid farewell to her childhood home and set forth to join her beloved, Edward, in holy matrimony. As the carriage rattled along the cobblestone road, Lily's thoughts drifted to the life awaiting her in Edward's ancestral estate. Nestled amidst a sprawling estate, the Grand Manor stood as a testament to centuries of history and tradition. With its ivy-covered walls and towering turrets, it exuded an aura of timeless elegance and faded glory. Upon her arrival, Lily was greeted warmly by Edward's family, who welcomed her into their midst with open arms. His mother, Lady Margaret, a regal figure with silver-streaked hair and piercing blue eyes, embraced her as a long-lost daughter, showering her with affection and gentle guidance. In the days that followed, Lily immersed herself in the daily routines of estate life, reveling in the simple pleasures of tending to the gardens and exploring the vast expanse of the surrounding countryside. With each passing moment, she grew more enamored with Edward and the idyllic existence they shared. But beneath the surface of genteel civility, a shadow lurked, casting a pall over the tranquil facade of Lily's newfound happiness. Whispers of tragedy and scandal echoed through the halls of the manor, hinting at a past shrouded in mystery and intrigue. It was during a moonlit stroll through the labyrinthine corridors of the manor that Lily first sensed the presence of something inexplicable. A chill wind whispered through the ancient tapestries, sending shivers down her spine and stirring a primal fear deep within her soul. As the days turned into weeks, Lily found herself plagued by strange occurrences that defied rational explanation. Objects moved of their own accord, and eerie whispers echoed in the dead of night, filling her with a sense of unease that she could not shake. Desperate for answers, Lily turned to Lady Margaret for guidance, hoping to uncover the truth behind the unsettling phenomena that plagued the manor. But her inquiries were met with evasive smiles and cryptic assurances, leaving her more confused and apprehensive than ever before. It was not until the eve of All Hallows' Eve, when the veil between the worlds of the living and the dead grew thin, that Lily's worst fears were realized. As she lay in bed, her senses heightened by the palpable tension that hung in the air, she felt a presence stirring in the darkness, its malevolence sending shivers down her spine. In a flash of blinding light, Lily found herself ensnared in a web of shadows, her very essence consumed by an unseen force that sought to claim her as its own. With mounting horror, she realized that the source of the supernatural occurrences that had plagued the manor was far more sinister than she could have ever imagined. For centuries, the spirits of Edward's ancestors had lingered within the hallowed halls of the manor, bound by a dark and ancient curse that demanded blood and sacrifice. Lady Margaret, driven by a desperate desire to preserve her family's legacy, had willingly surrendered herself to the spirits, offering up her own flesh and blood in a twisted pact that sealed their unholy alliance. As the clock struck midnight and the barriers between the worlds of the living and the dead dissolved into nothingness, Lily found herself ensnared in a battle for her very soul. The darkness that surrounded her was suffocating, its icy tendrils wrapping themselves around her heart with a grip that threatened to crush her spirit. Desperate and alone, Lily fought against the malevolent forces that sought to claim her, her cries echoing through the corridors of the manor like a haunting lament. But with each passing moment, the darkness grew stronger, its insidious influence seeping into every fiber of her being. In a last-ditch effort to save herself, Lily delved into the darkest recesses of her own mind, confronting the demons that lurked within with a courage born of sheer desperation. But as she battled against the shadows that threatened to consume her, she realized with a sinking dread that the true source of the darkness lay not within herself, but within the very walls of the manor itself. For centuries, the spirits of Edward's ancestors had languished in the depths of the estate, their restless souls bound by a curse of unspeakable cruelty. And now, as the veil between the worlds grew thin, they hungered for release, their malevolence manifesting in twisted forms that prowled the halls with predatory intent.
With horror-stricken eyes, Lily beheld the grotesque specters that surrounded her, their ghastly visages contorted with rage and despair.
In a frenzy of terror, she fled through the labyrinthine corridors, pursued by the vengeful spirits that sought to claim her as their own. But try as she might, Lily could not escape the clutches of the darkness that enveloped her, its tendrils dragging her down into the abyss with a relentless force that defied all reason. As she succumbed to the abyss, her screams mingling with the anguished cries of the damned, she knew that she was lost forever to the shadows that had claimed her soul. And as dawn broke over the horizon, casting its feeble light upon the desolate landscape, the manor stood silent and empty, a monument to the unspeakable horrors that lay within its walls. And though Edward would search for his beloved until his dying breath, he would never find her, for she was lost to him forever, a mere footnote in the annals of the manor's dark and twisted history. Thanks for watching.